Welcome to ITIL Transformation version 5 official sample paper 2. I'll be reading the question and the answer choices and be silent for a few moments for you to think about the possible answer before I reveal and explain it. Question number 1 from sample paper 2. Before launching a new customer self-service portal, an organization evaluates its existing digital platforms and support workflows to determine which elements can be reused and which require adjustment. Which ITIL guiding principle is applied by the organization? A. Keep it simple and practical. B. Collaborate and promote visibility. C. Start where you are. D. Progress iteratively with feedback. So even though this is a transformation exam, you will have some of the questions regarding the basic ITIL concepts. You should be able to recollect those 7 principles or at least some of them. And some of the clue words in the question are determine which elements can be reused and which require adjustment. So that should reveal choice C as the answer, start where you are, because that is about not to start from scratch where possible, but leverage what already exists. So do not build something totally new without considering what is already available, such as in current services, processes, programs, projects, people. There can be some reuse and adjustment. So therefore, and in the question, we have this reused and require adjustment. Therefore, C would be correct. Keep it simple and practical. Choice A is as a different one. It's about eliminating unwanted activities, processes, and metrics that do not add value and have only the minimum necessary steps to achieve your objectives. Choice B, collaborate and promote visibility. That's also not correct. That's about cooperation or even collaboration rather, transparency, shared understanding among people and teams to achieve long-term success. Then choice D, progress iterative with feedback. That is the agile way of working, meaning deliver work in smaller increments and use feedback throughout the process. So C is correct. Number 2, which statement best describes or defines transformation in the ITIL context? A, a set of changes that redefine how the organization creates and sustains value. B, the structured introduction of new platforms within an existing operating model. C, a time-bound initiative designed to improve performance in a defined service area. Or D, incremental series of changes made to optimize current operational activities. Transformation is a change, isn't it? If I look at choice A, the word changes is there in it, a set of changes that redefine how organization creates and sustains value. In fact, transformation is defined as a significant change to the value system of ITIL, affecting how value is created and delivered. Therefore, A would be correct. And choice B, structured introduction of new platforms. This is a change initiative, but does not redefine how organization creates and sustains value. So organization change is not about just updating some procedures or technology solutions, but affecting all 4 dimensions of product and service management. So it's a value system change. Choice C, time-bound initiative to improve performance in a defined service area. This is more like a continual improvement or a project-based change rather than a large complex transformation. Choice D, incremental series of changes. This is also continual improvement rather than large transformations. In fact, ITIL distinguishes transformation from ongoing minor improvements, which happen through continual improvement practices. So ITIL transformation does not cover ongoing minor improvements, which are done through the ITIL continual improvement official practice guidance. So A is correct. Number 3, which of the following is not associated with the disruptive nature of transformation initiatives? A, individuals are required to adapt to unfamiliar circumstances and evolving professional needs. B. Individuals are required to develop capabilities that were not previously necessary in their roles. C. Individuals are required to unlearn established ways of working and adopt new approaches. D. Individuals are required to continue operating as before with minimal impact on their roles. Choice A is not the answer because individuals are required to adapt to unfamiliar circumstances. So, A is a true statement about transformation, the disruptive nature of it. So, A will not be the answer. Similarly, B is a true statement about transformation. And C is also a true statement about transformation. But look at D. Individuals are required to continue operating as before with minimal impact on their roles. That is not a correct statement because transformation is disruptive, uncertain, requires navigation and adaptation. And this idea in choice D contradicts the nature of transformation because it affects roles, routines, working relationships, and change introduces uncertainty not only about the current operational state, but also about the organization's reaction to new approaches. So D would be correct. So just be a little cautious when you have a not word in the question. Question 4. Before implementing a new enterprise resource planning system, an organization conducts training sessions, creates operational guides, assigns change champions in each department. Which characteristic of effective transformation is most clearly illustrated in this scenario? A. Strategically aligned and outcome driven. B. Supportive and prepared. C. Well governed and controlled. D. Continuously learning and adaptive. The question indicates training sessions, creation of operational guides, assigning change champions. Choice A is incorrect, strategically aligned and outcome driven. That will ensure that initiatives support the business strategy and long term objectives. Choice B, supportive and prepared. Yes, this is correct because the organization is preparing people for change by delivering training, creating operational guides, and assigning change champions. So, this is the supportive and prepared characteristic, which focuses on mitigating disruption and enables smooth adaptation of new ways of working. In fact, the supportive and prepared characteristic proactively mitigates disruption by providing support structures, preparation activities, and transition planning to ensure smoother operation or adoption and long-term sustainability of transformations. So B would be correct. Choice C, well-governed and control, that focuses on oversight, decision-making frameworks, and accountability mechanisms. It sets rules and framework for decision-making and accountability. Choice D, continuously learning and adaptive. It is about having feedback loops, reassessment, course correction based on insights gained during execution. So, reflective and evolving. So that's the characteristics actually. It establishes ongoing evaluation mechanisms using feedback to refine strategies over time while building resilience to prepare for emerging developments and future disruptions. Question number 5. For a digital transformation program, senior leadership defines strategic objectives, sets clear decision-making boundaries, and establishes performance guardrails to ensure initiatives remain aligned with long-term business priorities. Which layer of the ITIL transformation model is the organization focusing on? A, governance, B, execution, C, learning, D, adaptation. Recollect the governance layer. It establishes direction, boundaries, and alignment between transformation activities and organization strategy. So those direction and boundaries are established while allowing flexibility. And effective governance creates alignment between transformation and the strategy of the organization. And that will ensure that the efforts deliver meaningful value while preventing excessive control. So, A would be correct based on what is stated in the question. The execution layer, choice B, that focuses on implementing changes using context appropriate methods. So it carries out the transformation activities and does not define the strategic direction or decision making boundaries. So changes are implemented using methods matched to the context, which can be ordered, complex, or chaotic. And through these execution plans are transformed into reality through appropriate actions and techniques based on contextual understanding rather than older habits. Choice C, learning, that is also incorrect because the learning layer captures insights from transformation activities to improve future work and build capability. It gathers information and applies understanding over time, not setting strategic objectives and guardrails. So insights are captured to improve current work and build future capability, and mechanisms are created to gather information, extract meaning, and apply understanding in ways that enhance transformation effectiveness over time. Choice D, adaptation, that is about refining and adjusting initiatives based on evaluation and emerging understanding. That will happen after execution and evaluation activities so that the transformation keeps evolving properly. So the adapt stage, you might recollect, translates evaluation insights into appropriate adjustments that improve both current and future transformation efforts. So when you see this word strategic objectives, decision making, you can be sure it is governance. Next, question number 6. For this, you need to refer to the ITIL car rental scenario. It's quite possible that we can answer this even without referring to that scenario. But in some cases, we need to just go through that just to be absolutely sure about the correct answer. The question goes like this. ICR has clarified why a transformation is necessary following increased competitive pressure in digital markets. Senior leaders have analyzed external market forces, internal capabilities, regulatory constraints, and stakeholder expectations. They have developed a shared understanding of the organization's current situation and risks, but have not yet determined how the transformation will be executed. What should the leadership team focus on next to progress appropriately? A. Selecting the most appropriate execution approach based on the assessed context. B. Launching pilot initiatives to test potential digital solutions in selected markets. C. Establishing cross-functional reporting forums to monitor transformation performance. D. Developing detailed delivery plans for a technology modernization initiative. So the question indicates that the leadership team has clarified why transformation is needed, and they have developed a shared understanding of the current situation and the risks. So it is written as analyze external market forces, internal capabilities, regulatory constraints, and stakeholder expectations, and so on. So the next step before the detailed planning or delivery is to determine how the transformation will be executed by selecting the appropriate execution pattern. And execution follows defined patterns depending on context. The implement execution pattern has 5 steps: apprise, plan, do, study, and act. Therefore, choice A, selecting the most appropriate execution approach based on the assessed context, would be the correct answer.